Good morning, students. I am Umama Aftab. I welcome you all to the first class of this session. I'll teach you social studies. As you have already knowing that SST is divided in three parts, that is history, geography, and social and political life. So basically today I'll start with history, and the first chapter is the birth of modern India, when, where, and how. So before starting the lecture, I want you to take your copy and pen and sit down just quietly. And after that, you have to give your attendance using the voice recorder. You have to send a voice note saying, "Good morning, ma'am. My name is," so that I'll take your attendance accordingly. And after you and one thing I wanted to tell you, that attendance is mandatory. It's like if you have to be regular so that you do not miss any class and no further loss of study will take place. And let's just start with history. As I have mentioned earlier, the chapter name is The Birth of Modern India, When, Where, and How. As you already know, that historians have divided Indian history in three parts, that is ancient, medieval, and modern. So this year we will study about the modern history of our country, that is India. In this chapter we will learn about that what happened after the death of Aurangzeb. And as we have and we know that before the discovery of Indus Valley civilizations, the whole world, along with us, means Indians, we are not knowing about the Indian antiquity, or you can say the ancient past of our country, India. So, on one premise, or on uh, one thing on which the Britishers or have been theorized their rule, it was that we Indian people are not used to self rule. So Britishers have highlighted some rules, some name of some rulers, like they were the autocratic rulers, those rulers who use the fear and control to gain the power over thing and people. So basically what happened is that because of these things of the Britishers, and they have made some rules and regulations which we have to follow for like such long years. So what Britishers felt, when different kind of civilizations have been discovered on the Indian soil. So according to historians, the modern period of the Indian history, it basically began with with the death of the last great Mughal emperor Aurangzeb. He died in 1707 CE. So earlier also the people from the different European country came to visit our country for the trading purpose. But after the death of Aurangzeb, the people who are living who are coming to our country for the trading thing, the later Mughals, which is the successor of the Aurangzeb, they have given them the authority, or you can say they have got the chance, so that they can put their influence on the Indian subcontinent political, economic, and culture, in their influence on the political, economic, and cultural thing of the Indian subcontinent. And it was like very strong after that, when they have given them this kind of authority, or you can say that they have given them the power. The trading right which has been given by the Indian ruler to the European trading companies, day by day it increases, and they are it like that it reached that pitch that the conflicts among the supremacy, that who is superior than the other, has been started. And it reached to a high pitch, and the trade and politics and everything has been influenced by these traders. So once after they have successfully fought the series of battle against French rivals, some powerful Indian rulers were there, and because of having their support, the Britishers have emerged as a dominant power in our Indian subcontinent. So there are few things which we are going to study in this chapter. That is the few questions which I think that we are going to seek throughout the chapter. That is how the transition from Mughal India to British India came about, the factor which rooted in European history itself that accounted for the transformation of British from a group of traders into the architect of India's destiny before the country attained independence, and why the period of British rule in India is called the colonial period of Indian history. So basically what happened, we are going to study about that. So basically the duration of the 5 decades, or we can say that the duration between the 1707 CE and 1757 CE, it basically works as a formative years of the British rule in India. During this year, we have seen the decline and disintegration of the Mughal Empire, and which is characterized by the emergence of regional power like Bengal, Hyderabad, Awadh, and the Marathas. So basically our main aim or the focus of our study should be like studying the events which have been occurred during the period of 190 years, that is in between 1757 to 1947, when India become like independent from the British rule after a long struggle of freedom. And we will also look upon, I have already told you that why this word colonial has been taken. So let's see that what is the table of content which we are going to study. The first topic is transition in European society, and then we will study about the colonization of India. Then what are the major changes which happen after the colonization of India? Then we will study about the Indian nationalism, then modern India and colonial perspective, and then the last topic is the sources of modern Indian history. So like this we are going to study the whole chapter. So let's start with the first topic, which is transition in European society, how the transitions occur in the European society. How the transition in European society have been taking place. So firstly, during the, if I talk about that, from 17th century, not during, from 17th century, so many new ideas, philosophies, and institutions have started developing, and they are gaining the popularity. So because of that, what happened that it is those changes which are occurring across the world, it has been causing a great impact on the people's mind and how the people used to think. It has got impact on that. So basically the ideas and the philosophies and the institution, they inspire the people so that they can search for the new technology, new methods, new ways. And what they started to do, that they will started the production, and they thought that whatever land we are having, we can make good use of it. Because of because the new technologies have been developed, so they thought that we will look for the land which are far away from our country or far away from us. We will go to there, and we can use the raw materials from that land, and then after that we can set up the production of our domestic industries we can set up, and then we can discover the new market, and on those new market they will sell the product which has been made in their domestic industries, and they will make profit from it. So what the term modern, basically it has been originally used from the European history period, and which has undergone all the development start, and the development start with the collapsing of the medieval feudal system. As I've already told you, it's feudal system is a practice of in which the nobles are granted some piece of a land or something. So if we talk about the world history, so there are so many important events which has been occurred in this duration. Likewise, if we talk about the American War of Independence, the French Revolution, and how the Italy has Germany has been formed, and the two world wars, etc. So if I talk about all the events, so the industrial revolution which happened in Europe, it clearly it is related to the British rule in India. So if I talk about the most prominent aspect of the modern period in Indian history, it would be like industrial revolution. So we have to look upon what this industrial revolution is and how it went on to shape the modern Indian history. So I'll like to tell you about the industrial revolution. So what happened that uh, it was like a series of so many great changes which happened because of the industrial revolution. It basically influenced the growth of the modern European society, how the European society has been grown upon. So basically the changes have been caused by the introduction of new technologies. As I have said, the new philosophies and ideas have inspired the people, so new technologies and new inventions have been taken place. So new mechanical devices has been made in the Europe in between 18th and 19th century. So because of that, what happened, because of the advancement in technology, the production cost has been reduced, and they have increased the quantity as well as the quality of the product while reducing the production cost. Because of that, what happened is that manufacturing and the agriculture, mining, transport, technology, they were the areas which are being influenced by the industrial revolution. So because of that, what happened is that social, economic or cultural life of the different European countries, they have gone to a complete like transformation kind of a thing happened to them. They have completely transformed. So if we talk about among all the European countries, England was the first country, European country, who where the industrial revolution has been started. So it has spread out throughout the Europe. So matlab in England is the base of that particular of the industrial revolution. So Europe, North America and the rest of the world, it has been expanded. But at the same time, since England industrial production has been increased, it has been a big success for the people of the England, the industrial revolution. So what happened is that they have uh, like they are getting more profit, much more profit, and they are like their production has been increased a lot, and in a very short span of time. So because of that, since England has been growing with a rapid rate, so what happens over there is that competition has been begun among the other European power, like in this included England, France and other. They wanted to go through the region beyond their own front, मतलब उनके means they do not want to that trade only in the surrounding areas. They wanted to move to some other place, to different places, so that they can ensure that there would be a regular supply of raw material from that particular land, and then they can support their domestic industries. So because of this thinking that moving from their own country to different places just for doing the trade, they think that wherever place we will go, we will use the raw materials from we will take the raw material from that particular place, and then we will use it in our domestic industries. So because of that, it is the starting of the age of the colonization. I have said that why colonization, I have mentioned this term colonization. So because of that, when the competition has begun among the different European countries, so what they thought that we will explore another regions, and we will go to the region and we will use the whatever raw materials we will get from there, and then after that we will support our domestic industry. So basically colonization means, it means that it's like subjugation, or you can say that in this one country which is more powerful, it subjugate another country which is less powerful. So like there are many uh, economic, political, social and cultural changes occur in that particular country which is being ruled, and the country who is under the domination of the another country, it is called as colony, and the country which rules, it is called the imperialist country. So basically there is only one rule of the imperialist country, is that is to exploit the economy of the of the colony, and they wanted to make the maximum profit they can ever make. And basically what happened because of that, since they are the imperialist country has taking all the benefit from the colony, so they going to begin they it brings prosperity to them, while the country which are in the ruling of the imperialist country, the country which is called the colony, it led to poverty. like the people become poorer and poorer day by day, and the domestic industries grow on the raw materials, and the resources are drained out of the colony, all the resources. Like we can take the example of our country. It's a very fine example that britishers have ruled on our country for like 200 years, and they are taking the raw material from our country, and they are selling it to the other parts of the world and making profit from it. So that's all for the today's class. I hope you have understood each and every concept, and if you are having any doubt, you can ask me the doubts. I'll clear it out, and after that I'm going to give, there is a question answer which I have given, and you can write it down in your copy. The question is, how is the event of industrial revolution linked to the colonization of India by the British? So basically it's like that what I have explained right now, it's related to that. And after this you have to write this question in your copy, and after this question I have given one more question, and you have to just answer that particular question. You have the write the answer all by yourself. It is related whatever I have explained to you in this class, and you have to write the answer and send it to me. And then in tomorrow's class I'll tell that what is the exact answer is, and we'll discuss tomorrow. So that's all for today. Stay well, stay safe. Thank you.